Jeff from Chillin N Grillin with Jeff here. A little while ago I was speaking with my good friend Steve Hillier. He invited me to come over and check out his backyard and enjoy some great barbecue with him. He also mentioned he had a whole bunch of barbecuers moving in behind him. I'm not sure what that means. Let's go find out. Steve!
Hey Jeff, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing great. Good to see you. Thanks for the invite. Appreciate it. Yeah.
Please, no problem. Please come on in.
Perfect day to check out the backyard and enjoy some barbecue. The sun's shining back there. I can looking amazing from here. Let's go take a look.
And
show me around.
The wind is going to cooperate for once.
All right, let's go take a look. Steve, the yard looks great.
Thank you.
Sun is shining, nice and breezy, like you said back here, which is kind of good. First thing I noticed when we come back here is you've got some different looking trees. I'm sure that's something you want to talk about.
Well, we got our trees from Reforest London, and we're quite proud of our backyard because we've taken the time to actually fill it with local trees. We've got maples. You can see the bicolor maple here. It's actually red on one side and green on the other. We've got your Norway maple. Behind you, we have a tulip tree. This tree right over here, the tulip tree, was the height of me when we moved in, and a year later, it's now, well, twice my height. It's amazing.
This is a London native tree?
It's a local
tree,
Ontario.
yeah, and it grows that fast.
And it grows that fast, 140 feet in 50 years.
So
and you want a comparison?
This tree is a little bit bigger than some
This
of the
is
other
the
ones.
original tree that was here. That's an original maple. But to comparison, that is a magnolia planted the same time as this one.
I thought they were the same tree when I first got here. Yeah,
that's actually magnolia blossoms on it, but it shows you the difference in how fast they've been growing.
They were the same size
when
you planted them?
when you put them in.
Wow.
Now that's spooky when you look at it.
So this thing is growing quick.
Oh, it's huge.
And of course the birch trees.
The birch tree.
Love the birch trees.
They're wonderful trees, except for when you get the invasive Japanese beetle. And this year was better than last year. Last year we got a really bad batch, but this year we've had an ant nest at the bottom of our tree. And it's kind of funny because every time you tap the tree, the Japanese beetle falls off, but then the ants come out and take them away.
So this is the fully natural way.
It's a fully natural way of getting rid of an invasive species using ants. We have a brand new subdivision, as you might be able to hear, being built behind us with about 1,000 homes.
And these are the new barbecues you're talking about.
We got 1,000 new barbecue homes coming in, folks.
Yeah. And then when we come up and take a look at the deck in a minute, but I can see from here that you probably positioned that one just right to give you some shade at the barbecue, so you're...
Well, they put that one in there before us, sorry. Those two, yes. But that is shade for the barbecue and the deck, so when it comes across, oh yeah, it works out nice. Right around 4:30, 5 o'clock, as you can see, it's starting to come over.
Already, yes, yes. And the deck looks great. You got a nice little shaded area. We'll go take a look. Nice. So how do you kind of use your backyard? Are you a big barbecuer?
We live in our backyard. We've put speakers up just because you like to sit. This is the very first time I've had a lawn that I'm actually proud of.
Oh, really? Yeah?
Because I'll be honest, our children like to play and they're little, and they ran around our yard and destroyed it. Well, our kids are older and bigger now, and I can have grass finally. And it's nice to just come back here with the wife and have a drink and just sit with the dog on the grass.
Yeah, I bet. And
just enjoy it. And it's very distressing to just sit in your backyard.
So cook back here,
dine
back here, the whole process.
Yep, exactly.
And every once in a while you have it staged so that you get a big flock of seagulls that takes off every time you walk in the backyard?
Well, not every time you walk in the backyard, but every time one of the construction trucks goes by, about 1,000, 1,500 birds launch.
No, you should say they launch every time you walk in the backyard. It's your way of showing up. So let's go take a look at the grill and the deck up here and talk about what you're cooking tonight.
Please, after you, sir.
Steve, I see what you mean. It's a perfect spot to just kind of sit, have a cocktail, enjoy the weather, nice little breeze blowing back here. I know you, and I know you love to cook. You love to bake, and you love to cook.
Yes, I do.
Tell me a little bit about what you're going to cook up tonight.
Well, today we're going to start with Caesar salad. It's basic, simple, the traditional, the Michael's on the Thames recipe, because that is the one I go by.
So we're going to start with a great salad.
Yeah, salad, and we're also going to have we got Brussels sprouts done with bacon. We're going to have our steak, baked potatoes. Brussels sprouts done with bacon, but also garlic scapes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's a nice change. Add garlic scapes to them when you're braising your Brussels sprouts.
Right. So I've seen Brussels sprouts and bacon a lot, but I've never had them when you add the garlic scapes. So that's an interesting twist.
It's a nice little twist, and it elevates it because it gives almost a garlicky onion after flavor, which is nice with the bacon.
Yep.
And it works for me.
Perfect. Yeah. Perfect. Okay. Now you mentioned steaks. But when we spoke a little while ago, you have a certain way you like to do your steaks. So tell me about that.
I got the steaks from Mark's at Covent Garden Market, and we did them in a sous vide. And the sous vide, it's really simple: a little bit of garlic, olive oil, salt and pepper, and a little bit of garlic scape. And you just and thyme. Put it in the Ziploc bag. Take the air out of it. Throw it in the sous vide. Right now they've been sitting in there for what, 2.5, 3 hours. By the time we're ready to
what
go.
What temperature do you have at?
Oh, they're at 133 degrees, which is
330.
yeah,
might be
wow,
a
that's
little
really
done,
well cooked.
So let's go with 130, and they'll just sit at that 130.
They'll just sit there whenever
you're
you want
ready
to take
to
it
come
out.
back and sear them off. And what I like about that technique is, if you're having several people over and you have to cook a bunch of steaks, you're trying to time the whole meal, and if you get it wrong, somebody's getting overcooked steaks. This way, you have everything else done. Pull them out of the sous vide.
It's perfect.
Sear them off on the grill, and you're going to show us how that happens.
We've been learning how to use the sous vide. Some of the recipes you can create in there. One of my favorites, and I don't imagine many people have tried it, is do Swiss steak in a sous vide.
Oh, okay.
You take all the ingredients for Swiss steak, you throw it in a large Ziploc bag, seal it shut, throw it in the sous vide, let it sit there for 8-10 hours.
Perfect.
Take the pieces of meat out, give it a quick flash fry in a frying pan or on a barbecue, then put it back in. Heaven.
Oh yeah.
It's just heaven.
I'm gonna have to give that a try.
I've never had a Swiss steak that good in my life before.
Perfect. Yeah. So the sous vide really breaks it down.
Oh yeah. And then you just put a little bit of crust on it.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do some steaks, and now I don't know what you're planning on cooking for the rest of the meal, but if I had my choices, you'd throw some seafood and a baked potato in there.
Well, we're going to throw some shrimp on there. We've got some garlic chili shrimp that have been marinating all night long. I've also got...
We're going to skewer those up?
Oh, yeah, we're going to skewer those up. Well, actually, we're going to skewer those up.
Okay.
And we've also got some onion,
to be
tomato
clear, we're
jam.
not going to screw them up. We're going to skewer them up.
No, we're gonna do a red wine onion jam, which would be really nice for the steaks. And also some nice mushrooms, roasted mushrooms.
Great.
So it'd be a nice rounded meal. I was gonna make a dessert, and I was like, I don't know, we're reaching that point. Maybe we don't need desserts. Just have a little more protein.
For dessert, we can throw on another steak
or another shrimp.
Yeah, or another shrimp.
There you go. Or have a drink.
Yeah. Well, cheers. Let's go.
Cheers, brother.
Let's go cook some food.
Let's make some dinner.
All right, Steve, so this has me kind of intrigued. This is and I have to get the name right, the onion red wine, or is it red wine onion?
It's the red wine onion jam.
So we've got a few onions ready to go. So you're just taking one of a nice local sweet onion.
Yep.
And we're going to chop it up fairly.
A nice fine dice on it.
I should point out, I don't normally have to work, though.
I know. I heard that. Your crew told me that, and they said I should put you to work this time.
I get to enjoy.
They want to know if you can deliver.
Well, it's funny because a lot of people will say, "Hey, I'd love to try some of your food." And if you watch the show, I actually never cook.
Yeah.
So
he just eats.
Yeah.
So this time we're gonna find out if he can cook.
And you use it as a condiment, sort of serve it with your steaks.
Steaks are on a burger.
Okay.
Yeah, nice on a burger.
So
you can add bacon to it too, and it really, really brings it up.
You were talking a little bit earlier when we were discussing how to cook this on the barbecue. You use these small cast iron pans.
This is a little Staub pan. It's a muscle pan, but I love them for the barbecue because they go up to 700 degrees. So barbecues don't reach that. So it's perfect, and it's just nice portion packs. And then, of course, your oil, because you're using such high temperatures, like we're almost at 500 degrees now already.
And it hasn't been on very long, so
no.
Yeah.
I like to use avocado oil because of the smoke point on it. It is 500 degrees.
Yeah. So
unlike olive oil, you're sitting at 400.
And by smoke point, we mean the point
when it
starts it's not going to burn. So you're not going to get,
as soon as it starts to turn.
So I'm going to put some in here?
Just enough to coat the bottom of it.
All right.
We just
add red wine, or do we drink the red wine?
First, well, we could drink the red wine.
There we go.
But first we add the onions and brown them up. So you fill that up, just fill it right up.
Just dump them all in there?
Yeah, it'll fill right up to a nice little mound.
Okay.
And we'll just let them simmer, and they'll simmer right down to nothing.
Okay, so we're going to just throw that. No, that's it. No seasoning at this point, nothing.
Not
that's
yet.
all going to happen a little bit later on?
A little bit later on,
all right.
Because if you add it, you can't take it away.
There you go.
You can always add.
Okay, so we're going to throw that.
Throw that right in the back, top corner, and just let her sit.
All right. We'll forget about that.
Stage one is done.
Steve, no steak dinner or steak barbecue would be complete without mushrooms.
Oh.
You were talking a lot about the seasoning you do. We've chopped some up and tossed them in the bowl, and you've got them seasoned. Tell me about the seasoning. What do you like to put on there?
It's just a simple olive oil, salt, and peppers. One of my classics.
So you made it sound like it was going to be very complex.
But at the very end, you just finish with a little bit of beef stock.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it brings it up. It does change it.
So
and
the beef stock's already in here
No,
now.
no, we put the beef stock into the end after you brought them down.
Oh,
then put the beef stock in.
All right, good.
And then it actually turns into a nice glaze, and it coats them all.
Okay, so another miniature pan, cast iron pan here.
Oh, cast iron for the barbecue, best thing in the world.
Avocado oil in there.
Yep.
And I'm going to toss them in, and we're just
toss
going to put them right in the barbecue.
Perfect.
So again, this is, you kind of had me going there. You said I got a special way of doing the rubs and the spices on my mushrooms. So, and simple, olive oil, salt and pepper,
Olive
which
oil,
is
salt,
always
and pepper,
classic.
but you can do onion, or you can do garlic. You can change it. Add a little bit of rosemary to it. Tarragon.
And then a little beef stock at the end.
Add a little beef stock
Great.
at the end.
Okay.
You're doing pork, add a little bit of pork stock.
Let's throw it on the barbecue.
Thank you, brother.
Okay.
In we go.
Woo, lots of heat coming out of there.
Yeah,
that's
that's
gonna be
warm.
good for searing up some
Oh,
steaks.
yeah.
Perfect. So Steve, what I like about your cooking is how you kind of use all the appliances you have. You put everything to work, but it makes it easier.
If that's
So
a gadget, I'm going to use it.
You've got it, and it kind of simplifies everything. Even the chicken wings. You know, I thought we're going to barbecue chicken wings.
Well,
but you've got an extra step to kind of make that easier.
Well, my favorite thing when you go to a restaurant, when you get chicken wings at a restaurant, it comes out of the deep fryer, and then they put covered in sauce, and they stick it under the salamander, and they caramelize that sauce. And to me, that's just the epitome of a good wing. Yeah. But we do it a little bit different because I don't like having the deep fry. Right. So we use an air fryer on the wings first, and then we finish them on the barbecue, and we caramelize the sauce on that. And that just works out to the best appetizer.
Can't wait to try them. Do you do anything to that at this point?
A basic salt and pepper is all you need.
Okay, I'll let you grind away and
let me do the work.
Wow, somebody's got to make them perfect.
I'm
just here to eat them.
He's just here to eat. And I've learned from experience that using this really fine Himalayan salt,
that's the best.
It goes a long way, though. Yeah, that'll be enough. This stuff is
okay. So now we're just going to take these and we're going to slip them in the air fryer.
Put them in the air fryer.
How long in the air fryer?
18 minutes.
About what temperature?
350, 375.
375.
375.
And then you sauce them back up and throw them on the barbecue to caramelize them.
They take about here, rinse the bowl out, throw the sauce in the bowl, toss them, put them back on the grill. 3 minutes on the grill. Perfect.
Perfect. Let's do them. Steve, baked potatoes and steak on the barbecue, hand in hand, got to have them.
Yep.
And I'm going to guess you're going to, based on what you have out here, you're going to keep it kind of simple. So
yep.
Walk me through your baked potato specialty.
Well, it's really simple. Shiny side goes to the inside to the potato, so it double cooks the potato. A little bit of oil on the potato with some salt. That's it.
Throw them on
and throw them on, and just keep rotating.
And do you leave them on for the? You kind of pre-cook them a little bit, right?
I pre-cook them in the microwave, four minutes each in the microwave, just to pre-cook them, and then you finish them off, gives them a nice crust.
Why use one appliance when you can use?
Well, use them all.
When you can use two appliances at any one time.
I like to have, if I can pre-prep my dinners like this you can actually have made in advance and have them cooked, and then just heat it up for 1 minute and then throw it in the barbecue. You have them in the fridge already done.
Yeah.
You know, lots of stuff.
Exactly.
Everything we cook, we have it made so that we're walking in the door half an hour. Eat.
Perfect.
It's nice.
Perfect.
Especially the sous vide. Get it ready in the breakfast.
Oh yeah.
At dinner, you're
Before
good
you
to go.
Work, come home, you're ready to eat. I hear you. All right.
Let's get these potatoes ready. A little bit there. All right. I am going to be the messy one, so you're going to man the salt shaker.
Okay.
There we go. That makes it easier.
The official salter.
There we go. It's
now,
really tough.
Not a lot of people throw oil in the.
I do.
On the bakes.
Oh, I do. Yeah, that's good. And get them all done before you open the barbecue. You don't want to lose the heat.
Well, you got a lot of heat coming out of there.
Oh,
so
yeah, that's
true. I don't think we're overly concerned about the amount of heat coming off the barbecue.
That barbecue is amazing for heat. Oh, one of my favorite things to do is you make extra baked potatoes, and then for breakfast you cut the baked potato in half, and you just fry it.
Okay.
Face down. You end up with this great big massive home fry with a baked potato back. It's beautiful.
Home fry.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Steve, this is I thought was kind of interesting. It's Brussels sprouts, which we've all had.
Yep.
Brussels sprouts and bacon, which we've all had, thinking we were taking it up a notch. Yep. But you're going to take it up one more notch. So you've got some Brussels sprouts that you've already cleaned.
Yep.
And you've blanched them a little bit.
We blanched them a little bit. 3 minutes in the microwave for a pound of Brussels sprouts is perfect before you put them in the barbecue.
Okay, and then what do we have here?
Just garlic scapes, simple garlic scapes. Toss them on in.
Toss them in here.
Yep. Now the bacon, we need to cut the bacon up into because you want to bring it down to like a crumble.
All right, and so this is going in the pan first.
Yep. And
you've pre-cooked it a little bit. Do you need a little bit of oil in there? Or?
I will be, but you just lay that in this one. Yep.
A little bit or a lot?
Just a little bit of oil. It starts when we're putting oil in here when we put the seasoning on. So now a little bit of oil in here as well. And now just toss this puppy up.
Toss.
Now some salt and pepper.
And then we're going to throw that on top of the bacon?
And throw that on the bacon,
All
brother.
right, throw that on the grill?
Throw that on the grill.
Perfect. I'll put it down on the bottom part
Yeah, on the bottom left.
We'll get on the heat.
Yep,
we'll get that on the heat.
It won't take it long.
Perfect.
Perfect.
So Steve, we're gonna make up your Caesar salad, but it's not really your Caesar salad.
No, it's not.
This is of the Michael's
on the Thames variety.
You've made the dressing up ahead of time because, as you said, it should sit for a few
I like
minutes,
to let
right?
it rest for a little bit.
So we're not going table side. You like to let it sit. A little
I
bit.
like to sit, and I also like to add a little bit more anchovy to mine, and I like to add a little bit of lemon to my lettuce to toss it. So if you can just toss that with the lettuce, it'll actually distribute it through it. It's quite nice.
A lot of anchovy paste in there. You can see the color. All right, some croutons.
Get some croutons in there. We're rocking.
All right. You gonna add a little more Parmesan or?
A little Parmesan right near the end, and
right
a little bit of pepper too.
Okay.
I always like the pepper.
All right. So before we throw the Parmesan, I'm thinking maybe we check those onions.
Yep, good idea. And add the red wine.
We're gonna throw a little bit of red wine on there, right?
It's got to simmer. There we go. One for the birds. Awesome. Oh, add the red wine in there. We only need a little bit just to coat the bottom. That's perfect. Just there. That's perfect. That'll simmer down nice.
All right, we'll give these a stir while we're in here. Oh, they're already starting to brown up.
Oh, that's perfect. Oh, beautiful. Look at that. Oh, yummy.
Cook it away.
You can smell the onions too.
You can.
You can smell that.
As soon
That's
as the red
beautiful.
wine hit the pan to deglaze. All right.
We will save this and serve this shortly.
All right, Steve, I was joking earlier with you about, steak. I hope you're going to do some seafood and baked potatoes.
Well, they go together, brother. They go together.
We got lots of stuff going on.
Yeah.
You've got some great looking shrimp, and why are they in a bag?
Well, this is crushed garlic and chili shrimp. We marinated overnight.
Ooh, it's
in a
gonna be
Ziploc
spicy.
bag, it's the best way. You can just mix it all up with your hands without actually getting dirty. Just makes it a whole lot easier.
Okay, and you soaked some skewers in water so they're not going to burn.
Soak these overnight so they don't burn up on us.
And we're going to get them ready, but then we're going to throw everything on the grill, and they're going to take like a minute and a half.
Minute and a half, 2 minutes.
2 minutes outside.
Yeah, they're perfect.
Okay, well let's
skewer them.
Let's skewer them up. I'm going to get this out of the way. Now, do you have a certain method to skewering them?
I don't personally have a certain method. I go with what works. I like taking 2 of them like this, and then I stick the tails inside.
Okay.
That way, you're going through the meaty part here. You're going through a tail, and then through a meaty part.
Okay.
And that way, it's almost like a lollipop. And those really tiny bits, they don't overcook.
Okay.
Because those little end tails, they always overcook when they stick out. So if you stick the tails together like that, it turns it almost like into like a little steak shape.
All right, I'm gonna use your technique then. See, the chicken wings look great. Came right out of the air fryer. They crisp right up. I mean, we did nothing to those.
There's no fat.
And I think the beautiful thing about doing it this way is, I think the biggest challenge people face putting chicken wings on the barbecue is getting them cooked.
Perfectly.
How many times did somebody pull them off? They think they're cooked because they're burning.
Or scorched on one side and raw on the other.
They're raw on the inside.
Exactly.
So this is a great idea. So what are we going to do now? We're going to toss a little sauce in
This is my
there?
homemade barbecue sauce.
Give us a quick rundown. What's in the homemade barbecue sauce?
Oh, we've got onion, we've got garlic all sauteed down. We've got a little tiny bit of ginger, tons and tons of spices, tomato paste, Italian tomato paste.
I love how the guys who make their own rubs and their own sauces, when you ask them, they very general terms. Oh, it's a bunch of spices.
Well, if you look at my cupboard, and you'll see there's about 70 or 80 different spices. And the way it works is you taste it, it needs cumin. Okay, it needs this. It needs a little bit, and that's just the way it works. And the problem is, someone says, "Can you make that again?" Not a chance.
Not a chance. You
Never
gotta make it off. Okay, well they look great. So what are we gonna get them on there so the barbecue sauce caramelizes?
We have this really difficult technique for putting them on the grill. Open the lid, and we throw. And that's pretty much it. I got one at the back, so here, be careful, it's hot back there.
We're gonna let them caramelize,
and just let them caramelize.
We're gonna let them get happy.
So and I even leave this bowl. You throw them right back in the same bowl and give them a toss, and they're perfect because you already got cooked chicken wings in here, so no contamination.
Great. Let's get the steaks going now.
Excellent. Onto the steak.
All right, Steve, we got our really ugly steaks. We pulled them out of the sous vide. They look like heck. I'm not gonna lie.
Nothing looks like a sous vide steak. It's the gray and nasty. But you'll notice when I took them out of the sous vide, they're almost falling apart.
They're sort of falling. They're that tender.
It's that tender. It's just heaven.
This is the perfect temperature. Listen, I'm gonna leave the honors to you.
Thank you, brother.
Let's get them on the grill.
Pop that lid.
We got our grill nice and hot.
Oh, look at that.
We're just going for the sear.
We're just going for a nice sear.
We want to hear that sizzle.
That's what we're looking for, baby.
And you've already got them seasoned. You added the seasoning when you sous vide.
Yep. That's the best part. And the seasoning then penetrates the meat. And it's such a difference. It's not just sitting on the surface. You're not just getting a skin of it. You're getting right through the whole thing.
We're going to let these sear up, and our onion jam is looking great. We added a little bit of brown sugar.
And some balsamic vinegar.
A little bit of balsamic, and we gave that a good stir. And on the mushrooms, we added a little bit of the beef stock.
Yep.
So, yeah, this is looking great. Chicken wings are on. Baked potatoes are cooking.
I think we're going to bring that down so it actually gets to a simmer. I want to get that a little more thick, just because I like it thicker.
Beautiful. Okay, do we need to do anything, or we'll let the heat get,
We're good to go. Let them sit.
right, Steve, let's check the steaks and let's see how everything's doing.
Oh, let's see. Oh, baby, there we're getting a nice sear.
Just what we want. Now, they're already cooked.
They're already cooked.
We're just making them look pretty.
We're locking in the juices and making them pretty and rendering off that fat.
Need to do anything with the chicken wings?
Oh, just give them a quick toss and a rotate.
This is the fun part of barbecuing now, where we're just throwing food around the grill.
That's the funny thing about chicken wings. You just toss them everywhere.
Yeah.
So a little piece of sauce lands on your steak. You know what? No one's going to complain.
Our onion jam's bubbling away.
Oh, it's bubbling away nice. That's beautiful.
Are cooking.
And the mushrooms are perfect.
All right. We got some nice grill lines on there.
Yeah, baby, bring it across.
Look at that.
Bring her in there.
And of course, we have to let these rest.
You got to let it rest
while
for
they're
a little.
resting.
Yep.
We're going to throw our
shrimp on there.
Shrimp skewers on. We're going to leave the
tails out.
Tails sticking out so they don't burn.
Beautiful.
We just want to cook the shrimp, not
start
a campfire.
Yeah.
See back in here, get a little more sauce on them. They've caramelized up, but we don't have to worry about the fact that they may or may not be cooked because you had them in the air fryer
they're
earlier.
already cooked. They're perfect.
Yeah.
Guaranteed perfect every time.
There we go. Warming up the Brussels sprouts. Looks like the shrimp need another 30 seconds.
Yep, and they're good.
All right.
We're good to eat.
Steve, Karen, thanks very much for inviting me over today. It was great. The weather was perfect. Love your yard. Love all the trees. I learned stuff about trees. Didn't know about some of the ones back there. What's the one that grows?
Tulip tree.
The tulip tree.
Yes.
Tulip tree. Love it. Some great food. I didn't expect anything less. I know you love to cook. Was looking forward to digging it in. You did a few things that I wasn't sure about, but now that I see them and cook them, they look fantastic. Can't wait to dig in. Really so once again, thanks for inviting us. I appreciate it. Cheers. Jeff from Chillin N Grillin with Jeff here with this week's barbecue tip. Nothing says summer like a great barbecued burger. And to help us out with this week's barbecue tip, we have Mark Kitching from Waldo's on King. He's going to show us how to make a great burger and how to barbecue up a great burger.
So before you start barbecuing, two things are important. Glass of wine. You need to have a glass of wine. And make sure the barbecue is as hot as you can get it. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put on the Wagyu burger.
You're kind of a purist.
I'm a pure 100% beef burger patty kind of guy. If anybody wants to put anything else in, that's entirely up to them. I don't like the texture. I don't think you can serve them medium or medium rare, but it's entirely up to everybody. We're gonna lightly season. My seasoning is a mixture of salt, pepper, and a little paprika. I like to add a dried herb to give a little extra flavor. I like oregano or chopped up thyme. And then just to stop the burger sticking when it goes on the grill, I'm just gonna lightly brush with a little olive oil, and this goes on nice and hot. That'll take about a minute before I have to turn it, but I'll keep checking just in case it flares up. See how that's burning up nicely? Nice marking on it. Lovely.
The other controversy on cooking the grill, how many times should we flip it? Is that important?
You should be able to flip it only 3 times. So you put it on, turn it, that's 1. Flip it, that's 2. Turn it, that's 3. And then it should be good. Medium rare, medium. My wife likes it well done. Everybody's different. The Wagyu burger, I'm definitely going to leave medium. You'll see why when we cut it open. It's so juicy. So that one I'm going to give 1 more turn.
And of course, the real tough question on any barbecued burger, toasting the buns or not toasting the buns?
Me is toasting, for sure.
I agree. Got to toast it. Got to toast it.
Nice medium rare. You can tell. A good way of telling how beef is cooked, if you just take your thumb here, relax your hand, and press in the middle, that's medium rare. As you flex your hand and you move out, and it's more tight, if you like, that's medium, medium well.
That's just perfect.
And that for me is perfect. Now, everybody's different.
It's so juicy. Wow, that is amazing.
But that is
such a different flavor. We appreciate you taking care of this week's barbecue tip and not only showing us how to cook the perfect burger and how to stay away from killers.
Thank you.
So,
I
cheers to
appreciate
you.
it.
Thanks
Cheers.
very much.